So when should you buy a product or get coaching with your online business, or any business actually? Well, the answer may be not as easy as you think, because the temptation is to rush out there and go, I want to make money, let's say online, right? With online marketing, and oh, that looks good and that looks good. Wow, these look great. The sales pages look exciting. They promise a lot of results for very little effort. And so you go and you invest in the thing. What do you find out? It's not true, right? It's just not true. You actually have to put in effort, and the map is not the territory. So when should you actually consider getting coaching or some kind of specialized training? The answer is when you know what you want, specifically, okay? Making money online. Saying you want to make money online, I'm going to roll my eyes at you because you haven't got specific enough. It's like saying, I want to make money with direct mail. Well, good for you. You've picked out a distribution channel. That's it. That's it. It's not some magic piggy bank that spits out money all the time at you just because you said that, right? You got to pick a target market, a product and service, branding, how to fulfill your solution for them, how to market to them, right? There's a lot of other stuff that goes into running a successful business here, and saying just I want to make money out of, I don't know, hot air balloons is ridiculous. You understand? It's just as ridiculous as saying online marketing by itself. If that's all you've got, you need to learn a little bit more and get more specific about exactly how you want to make money through that distribution channel. Okay? Now the deal with coaching or training is that it really helps out in the situation where you don't know what you don't know. Coaching or training will fill in those gaps very quickly and save you time, money, getting punched in the face, all these troublesome things, because it will show you, hey, you need to pay attention to this, this, and this, and you need this item and this item and the fulfillment system and all this other stuff. All these things which you probably haven't thought about. So it's very valuable when you know what you want. If you don't know what you want, then you're just chasing shiny objects, aren't you? And that's no good. That's a waste of time and money for you. So when you're specific and you know what you want, then it's a good time to get coaching or training, because that will fill in the what you don't know gaps, and then you'll know it, and then at least you can make decisions about how to systemize that, get it all together. So let's imagine we're 200 years ago or more, and you walk up to a lathe and you want to become a woodworker, right? Well, great, right? There's a lathe in front of you. Now, what if you actually wanted to become a carver? Okay, a lathe won't help you with that, right? It's good for turners and joiners, right? Low-tech kind of factory, almost factory assembly. You can still do nice custom stuff with turning and joining, but it's not intricate carving, for example, like a claw's foot or a ball foot or something like that on a piece of furniture. You can't do that. So if you had the idea of making yourself into a nice carver 200 years ago or more, the lathe wouldn't help you, and coaching and training on the lathe wouldn't help you, would it? Okay? But if you had decided that you wanted to be a turner, that's where the last name comes from, by the way, then coaching or a product that told you here's how to operate the lathe, because there's all these little wheels and stuff like that, right, on there, and a clasper and stuff, and you know how to run the chisel so that you can get that kind of bowed look on a spindle, right? It's fatter in the middle and thinner at the sides, right? All that information would be very useful. Okay? So again, knowing what you're about, what are you doing, will be very, very helpful for you when deciding should I get coaching or buy a training product. One last example before I go. Let's say you're in Los Angeles and you want to go to Vegas. Okay? There's a desert in between, and let's say you don't have any means of getting there other than walking right now, and that's running, you know, and that's just not a good idea, right? Exposure and dehydration will probably kill you, and it will take a long time. So you've got some choices here, right? So let's say you go online and do some Googling and you discover this thing called aircraft flying. We could fly there, right? And you decide then from that research that the best approach for you to get to Vegas from LA is to get pilot training on an Airbus. Are you starting to see the problem here? How off course you are? Okay? Because even if you go get the expensive pilot training, they're not going to let you touch the Airbus or the 747 on your first trip into the airport, are they? You have to get many, many hours of practice on smaller vehicles before they'll let you move up to that kind of an aircraft. All right? So even though it looks good, right? The plane as a solution to getting there, right? If you decided that you wanted to be the pilot and fly the big commercial aircraft to get from LA to Vegas, it's just not going to happen, is it? It's going to take a long time, it's going to be expensive, and by the time you get there, you might not even want to just go there anymore at all, right? You know, it's going to be years. And this is an example, kind of ridiculous, right? But it's an example of what happens to people as they choose coaching or products and services and training in internet marketing. You get way off course, okay? Let's think of another solution here, right? I could Google and, oh, there's a thing called an automobile, and I could go get my driver's license and then rent a car, and I could drive there myself. Okay, now we've got a plan that actually fits the possibilities, right? See, it fits the pace and the financial means and the speed that you want to get there at, right? You can actually do this within a few days, maybe a week, right? It's possible, okay? So both will get you there. And it may look like the plane will get you there faster, but it's actually ridiculous to think that you are going to go from not being a pilot at all to flying this big commercial aircraft in just a couple of days. It's not going to happen. Okay? And the same thing with online marketing. Coach could be fantastic, but flying the plane ain't an option for you right now. All right? So, appreciate you watching. When you look at coaching or training, the question to ask yourself is, am I clear and specific about why I need this thing, and is it actually going to help me get to where I want to go in a reasonable way, time, you know, resources, all those factors. Thanks for watching.